Even with all the buildings along the Las Vegas Strip and all the action here, this is one of the city's biggest attractions. Allegiant Stadium opened back in 2020. Las Vegas Raiders.
Cairo Santos to kick off for Chicago.
And we are underway at Allegiant Stadium.
And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up.
Line.
They go play action here on first down.
They'll get this out to Genty.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets in. Yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
7-yard pickup.
The extra receivers don't spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
Well, to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving.
Looked like a pretty smart decision that time to keep the football by the quarterback.
It was, because you saw how the runner got swarmed. So you've got to pull the ball from his arms, keep it yourself, and get what you can. And the most underrated player on this play is the running back. Because even if he doesn't have the ball, he has to act like he does in order to attract the defense.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw. Mendoza.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Here's 2nd and 10. On the zone read, a give to Genty.
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown.
Brock Bowers.
A 20-yard touchdown.
And the Raiders get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0.
Bears nothing.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. First carry for DeAndre Swift. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
Taken down right
No
at the
gain
line
on
of
the play.
scrimmage.
It'll be second down.
No gain on the play.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Now a 2nd and 10. To the air, Williams. Oh, his first throw of the game, going to be intercepted. Picked off by Quay Walker.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
Still in the first quarter, but what a great start for them. I mean, they've controlled the airways, Charles, on both sides. They had the passing touchdown. Then they intercept the pass of the other squad and take it back for another score.
Brandon, I know we have a ton of time left, but what an early backbreaker they just delivered. They're up early, and they appear to be totally dialed in. And that offense, they're forced to run right back out, still shaking up a bit, but feeling the pressure to put something on the scoreboard. They've got to be careful here.
For Las Vegas.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down.
And that is incomplete. The coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
And I think we're all starting to wonder with this early deficit, what will that do to their play calling? Do they feel like they have to be more aggressive? Because they're throwing to start the drive here, but it winds up incomplete.
2nd and 10. To throw, Williams.
Looking deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Looking to throw is Williams.
And his bid for the first down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. Here comes the Bears punter now.
Back deep for the Raiders is Trey Tucker.
That's taken on the 25. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10.
That's complete. It's Ashton Jeanty.
So the completion good for just 3. And it's second down.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
From the 47 now, they work with a 2nd and 7. A give out of the gun to Jeanty.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
As was a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Right back to Genty on first down. Able to push his way through.
And down inside the 40 to about the 38. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field of the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
They'll run. Here's the rookie out of Arkansas. Down the left sideline. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. A great effort there. 38 yards. And the Raiders take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 21-0.
21. Bears nothing. Matt Gay to kick off for Las Vegas.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 40-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
No gain on the play.
Brought down that time by Quay Walker.
At the 37-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Here's Williams. Pretty move. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
And that's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll try it now with Swift. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. On first down, it's Genty. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. 40 yards rushing for him now to this point.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Second quarter from Vegas. The homestanding Raiders with a football here. So from the 37, here's 2nd and 3. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Mendoza off the play fake. Escaping the pressure right. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Bears.
You can admire his willingness to sacrifice his body to try and pick up the first down, and I do. But let's face it, you know his coaches are going to warn him about diving or extending for a marker for this exact reason. So much easier to have the ball knocked free when you're extended like that. So if you're going to dive, you got to make sure you secure the football, which he didn't.
we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out.
Penalty accepted, and that pushes him back 5.
A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15.
They run out of the gun with Swift.
And space opened up a bit. He's able to take this up past the 10. And a nice run to get him past the original line of scrimmage. A gain of 7. It's 2nd and 8 now.
12-yard line.
On the option to give to Swift here.
And he'll be taken down at the 18. Yeah, he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
3rd and 2.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains.
A gain of 9 yards. And the Bears first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift.
First down for the Bears, a gain of 15.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Working out of the gun, Williams.
And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there.
Number 15.
Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
19 yards.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
He'll manage to break a tackle and get this forward for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Throwing is Williams.
Buying time to his left. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Max Crosby on the tackle. It's a gain of 10. And the Bears first down.
From the gun, here's Williams.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
To throw, it's Williams.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever.
From the shotgun, a throw for Williams.
Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Incomplete.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this will stay a 3-touchdown game.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
Thornton, the motion man right.
And here's Mendoza throwing to start the drive. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
Well, their first 2 drives yielded touchdowns, so there's no reason for them to feel like they have to pull back on the reins. They pushed it downfield, looking for another one right there. Didn't get it, but we know they're going to continue to be bold.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Mendoza.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. They've got a pretty comfortable lead right now, but maybe a little too careless with the football that time for the rookie.
I think the key word there is comfortable. And there's two schools of thought on it. With that type of a lead, maybe you can take a few more chances because you have a cushion. Others will tell you, don't eat up the cushion with careless play. He'll learn to ride that line as he moves on in his career. The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And this is not going to do it as he stopped at the 2-yard line.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw for it with Williams.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
Kwity Paye getting in there and burying him behind the line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
On is Santos for the Bears field goal.
This a 27-yard attempt here. And he tugged this one badly. It's no good. Wide left. And this will stay a 3-touchdown game. So 1st and goal quickly turns into 4th and goal, and then 4th and goal turns into no points whatsoever.
That's a very disappointing sequence of events right there. And I, for one, would not want to be the kicker who has to run over to his head coach and explain that one.
They'll start on the ground with Genty. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there on 2nd down.
The defense thought they had that play covered, but it still got driven backward by those blockers. Those types of plays are a key part of any team's offensive game plan. It all starts up front in the trenches.
Flushed out right. And he'll just get rid of it.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Back to throw. Mendoza firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. Now a timeout called for by the defense. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Bears take over.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw.
Targeting Thomas on the out route, making the catch.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted.
Williams pass.
Picked off by Quay Walker. And the Raiders will take over here at their own 14-yard line. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive.
Mendoza now throwing to start the drive.
That one complete to Trey Tucker.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
And on Las Vegas, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Operating from the gun.
Mendoza. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
That's good for a Las Vegas first down. 1st and 10 at the
Looking to throw.
33-yard line.
Mendoza. Pass complete right side to Bowers.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders.
Brock Bowers.
In the final seconds of the first half.
And the Raiders would extend their lead here just before halftime.
The kick is good.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the route is on here in this first half.
Matt Gay to kick off
4
for Las
seconds,
Vegas.
all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away.
Pushing his way through. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Matt Gay to kick off for
The
Las
Bears
Vegas.
going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half.
Xavier Thomas on the return. The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10.
And that one almost intercepted. Could have been his 3rd pick of the game. Instead, it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
On the coverage.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
From the gun on 3rd down, Williams.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
The tackle by
A nifty
Quay
bit of
Walker.
scrambling there. 12 yards,
12.
first down.
And the Bears first down.
Back to throw. Williams. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that's caught at the 25. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Give him 32 on the play.
First down, Bears.
Looking to throw. Williams. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
We talk a lot about setting the tone to start the game. Well, you want to start the tone right in the 3rd quarter as well, and nearly lost a football there in their first drive.
And sometimes we overdo it when we talk about halftime adjustments and what teams are going to do. Most of the time, it's just a matter of executing the game plan you brought in.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
Quiddy Pay picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And you get the feeling, Charles, yeah, he's got the 2 sacks now, but he may get more here. We still got a quarter and then some to go.
And the way that he is playing this game, it reminds me of one of the best golfers in the world who can use every club in the bag and make a great shot. That's what he's doing with his pass rush moves right now. Showing a little bit of everything. They have no way of stopping him.
A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
Off the play fake, it's Williams. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long. And this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal. Because just a few plays ago, it looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
To throw once more, here's Williams. Oh, Odunze wide open. It's complete. And they will get to him at the 7 and stop him short of the first down marker. An audible here to get a new look. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Caleb Williams keeping it himself from 7 yards out. And the Bears' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Cairo Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And by rule, that comes out to the 40-yard line, so good opportunity for this offense with solid field position. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Operating from the gun, Mendoza.
Open man is Tucker.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And it's 2nd down.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area, and after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
Now he's loose again.
And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
45 yards. And a Raider first down. 1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
Back to throw. Mendoza.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Now Mendoza operating from the gun.
That's complete. Genty out of the backfield.
Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there, because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown.
Ashton Genty from 4 yards out. And the Raiders are able to extend their lead.
Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Raiders 35, Bears 6.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37.
37-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
They'll go play action here with Williams. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
And this is a situation where, as a head coach, you're just saying, what else could go wrong? Let's get it all out of our system, please. This has been a sloppy game throughout. The execution has been lacking. A lot of mistakes, both mental and physical. And here's a big play that goes by the wayside.
He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
A gain of a yard. It's now 4th down.
They'll go. Here's Williams.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
It's Nakobe Dean with a pick. And the Raiders are going to take over at their own 41.
It's a turnover on downs.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT.
To throw is Mendoza. Throwing to start the drive.
That's caught. It's Dante Thornton. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down.
The partner is still in the 3rd quarter, but they've got this one well in hand and still airing it out with gusto and picking up some nice gains.
And even in lopsided games like this, you don't really see starters get lifted or the foot come off the gas before the 4th quarter. No one wants to leave any doubt when they're playing well. They just want to continue the process.
That's Kobe Bryant, who was there to stop him for a loss.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
He'll find Genty out of the backfield.
2 yards on the pickup there. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. I've worked with you long enough now to know you like that decision. Go safe, pressure coming, hit your guy underneath.
It's an excellent decision, but he knew it came with consequences, and that's him getting hit on the play, but able to dump it to his running back and gain some yardage. I liked everything about it, especially his ability to stay in the pocket and execute.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete.
A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. But that shouldn't matter a great deal as they still lead by a bundle here.
Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Looking to throw. Williams. Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the 1st down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
72 yards on the ground here for Swift. He's got a 1st down as well.
Operating from the gun, Williams. his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Colston Loveland, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Bears get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Santos with the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to 22. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the fourth quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Look at the big man rumble.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders.
Brock Bowers.
67 yards.
And the Raiders up the lead to 4 scores now here in this fourth quarter. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. Gay now set to kick it off. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
They find some open field here. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
It's another first down as this time they get an even 20.
First down.
From the gun, here's Swift.
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown.
Touchdown, Chicago.
DeAndre Swift, 33 yards. And the Bears are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
And it's no good. He missed it wide to the left.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
The kick is good.
Santos able to tack on the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to 22. Santos out now. He'll kick it away.
And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10 at their 35-yard line.
The drive will begin with a run by Genty. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's second down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
At the 37-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Operating from the gun, Mendoza eluding the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
That's caught by Tucker.
And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. So no gain on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Cole now on to punt, and he sends this one away.
Returnable for Thomas. Evades him at the 10. Able to spin free.
A nice punt, but a good run back as well, 13 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down, then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have the Bears' 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Swift going to try up the middle.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
118 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear 1st down. Back to throw. Williams.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Thomas brings it in. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 23. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
To the air once more, Williams.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Isaiah Pola-Mao. And the Raiders are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. And that That pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time, but now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And they will score a pick six for a Bears touchdown. Well, partner, this defense now with multiple interceptions in this game, but this time they say turnabout is fair play because, remember, they had a pick six on the other side, and now they get a pick six of their own.
Yeah, they actually added to some of their nice play throughout this ball game. A good effort by them to secure another interception on this one. A better effort to take it all the way back for six. And how about an exceptional effort to match their opposition's pick six from earlier in this game?
And unable to connect. They don't get the two-point conversion here.
42, Bears 26. Cairo Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Santos out now. He'll kick it away. A break there for this offense as they will get a chance to start at the 40-yard line.
Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
Now it looks like he'll throw here.
This is caught by Tucker.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
And the Las Vegas first down.
They'll look to throw now on first down.
And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Kyler Gordon picks it off. And the Bears come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off season, but on game day, you both want to show your best, and I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.